Hello everybody, it's this picture is not how on a screen here, and today we are going to be going out of bounds. And by out of bounds I mean we're going to go off a path and we're going to go to a secret bike track hidden in the woods. Now, it's a bit, I don't usually come down this way anymore because this old lady kept trying to get me to come into her house to try her tea. And it was very creepy because every time I would come here, she would always somehow come out after me as well. I didn't realise that until a bit later, and then it got weirder because sometimes I'd see her and I'd go round the other way and then I'd find that she'd gone round the other way to meet me, which is a red flag. She wasn't respecting boundaries. And then sometimes her son would come out of the house chasing after me with his dog. Not like running after me, but like really power walking, which was just really creepy. And always trying to get me to come into her house. She was always saying, oh, and one thing was even creepier, is one time I came this way in just my slippers, and then I saw how muddy it was, so then I turned back to get my boots, and as I turned back I saw the son coming out of his house, like rushing really quickly out of his house with the dog. So they'd seen me walk past their house, presumably, and was rushing out to get me. And another time, I remember I stopped coming this way because of that creepy lady and her weird son. And it was late at night, and as I was walking to the top of the hill and back on a completely different, separate area of the village, as I was coming back, I see her there. She'd just come out, and it was night time as well. So I ran across the street and hid behind the pub. And then I like peeked out to see what she was doing, and she kept turning around looking at me. So yeah, so I stopped coming down here for a while, but now I'm coming back. But every time I come here, I will record the whole situation, so I've got this camera to protect myself if anything happens. But yeah, we're going to go to the bike track and we're going to just explore it. I remember discovering this bike track in 2020, shortly after I got back from my Mormon mission, because I was doing university online because it was lockdown, but I just hated it so much. It was just robbing all my money, so I would always go for walks just to get away from all the stress, and in the end I just dropped out and then got a job as a bin man. One time I was talking to this girl, and she was like, as I was talking to her, we were talking quite well. And she goes, so what are you studying? And I goes, well, I'm not at university, I'm a bin man. And she never got back to my message ever again. How snobby is that? I don't mean that in like an incel way, because I know it comes across as a bit incel way, but like, you shouldn't be judged on your status in society. That's all I'm saying. If you look like dirty or you look unclean or anything, then absolutely you should be judged for that, because that goes to show that you don't have respect for yourself, and it goes to show that you don't have good work ethic. And also, if you don't have a job, that's also something you should be judged by, because you should be working. But everything else that you shouldn't be judged by. You shouldn't be judged by your status in society unless you're unemployed, then, because it's so easy to get a job. You just need to go into a job agency. Like, I mean, I've gone into a job agency so many times and got myself a temporary job while I worked on my comic books. But yeah, my comic books aren't selling enough, and I think I know why. But I'm going to stop publishing one after the other now, because I don't think it's really working, and the ones I publish one after the other, they're not very big, and I think I see some of the big posh comic books, and I see they're like almost 200 pages and they're only for $5.99, but unfortunately I'm not actually able to do that because when I do a large page comic, you have to set the price when you're self-publishing with Ingram Spark. You have to set the price pretty high if you use up a lot of ink. So I don't know how like the traditional comic books don't spend so much on ink. I don't understand that. But yeah, maybe they can afford it because they've already got a lot of money or something. I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, I'm glad for that for Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark is the best self-publishing service to use because well, it's just the best service to use because it gets your book out there, it gets your book on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Waterstones. It gets your book out there. And wow, I've not been here in ages. It's so nice to see this place again. But yeah, it's always nostalgic. So, because I remember I used to come here like 3 or 4 times a day back in like 2021, 2022. I mean, they were okay years. I mean, I look back on them with good memories. I remember making all those books. It was really fun. I remember all the fun TV shows I've watched. Like, I don't like Rick and Morty, but there was some really good episodes of Rick and Morty. I remember making my own tamer versions in my head. I remember watching Round the Twist. Just all these like creative pieces of media that I could escape into, like to get away from politics and religion and stuff. Yeah. Well, I remember years ago I made a video recording this around this place saying, this place is rubbish, why can't there be some mountains over there, why can't there be some lakes here? And I was like, oh, but people in Utah are so lucky. I was like, I think I deleted the video in the end after I recorded it, but it was so funny when I watched it afterwards though. But yeah, this place is lovely. I love this place, but maybe that's just nostalgia speaking, I don't know. But yeah, wow, it only took me 7 minutes to walk all that. Not actually even a fast walk, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's good how we haven't seen the old lady or her son yet. But I no doubt that they'll start following me again if I do keep coming back here. But yeah. If I do see them, I just say, look, I'm not interested in coming into your house, I'm not interested in trying your tea, just leave me alone. But then I didn't really want to even say that because it was confrontational, so I would just avoid them. And then when I saw that guy rushing out of the house to find me, and then when I saw her come out of the house at night, when I went to the top of the hill and back, that's when I realised that I had some stalkers, and I decided to play it safe and stop coming here. But then I thought, why should I stop coming here? Because of them. So I thought, well, I'll just put my phone on record and I'll come this way. Oh, and I also find it funny, yeah, whenever I would bring people to come around here, the old lady and her son would never show up. And it was just when I'd bring someone to come with me. But when I was by myself, they'd always pop up. Funny that, isn't it? And there's nothing illegal about this because I've not named any names. And there's no street signs on here, so no one can go on the street signs and find people or anything. Nobody knows where on earth this is. And they won't be able to they'd have to do some heavy stalking to find out, because this video has not showed any street signs or anything. But I'm pretty sure there is a street sign on one of my other videos, but I think I made that private. I think I did, and I hope I did. But then it shouldn't be hard to find because I've showed where yeah, never mind. But we're near the bike track anyway. Here's the path, and you know, I like it here, but I'm starting to miss the lakes. It's a bit more livelier around here. Oh, I thought they did find me for a second there. It's a bit more livelier around here. You see lots of more people here. But yeah, that way is to the, oh, better not say, 'cause I don't give away where I am. And here there's a path down to a road. But yeah, I'm going to go to the secret bike track now. We're going to go out of bounds. Huh, it's weird. That's taller than I remember, but maybe it's because it's overgrown. I think we're nearly there. Trying to find one of the entrances where you have to crawl through as many brambles. I'm not even sure if I'm going the right way. I think I am, because I remember I made a video once around here saying don't tell anyone, and it all just was revealed to be a prank video in the end. Oh, here it is. I think maybe that might be the right way. I'll look for a more easier way to get into, because I don't want to get this coat any more damaged than it already is. Oh, here it is. Yay! I'm not sure if this is the exact same place, but... Oh, crap. Private property, no trespassing. But then again, they always have private property, no trespassing stuff, and everyone always just goes there anyway. Oh, well, I'm not causing any trouble. How could you make a forest private property? It's not private property. It belongs to planet Earth. It doesn't belong to people. And I'm not causing any trouble. I'm not damaging the place or anything. So, yeah. Where is it? Right, so wow, this place is so different. Oh, wow, that is actually part of the bike track. Look, you just see it down here. Look, I'm going down the bike track right now. Oh, but it must have corroded away now. It's just going so flat. Look, this is the, you see my foot is at an angle, right? This used to be where they'd spin on the bikes. Oh, but it's all gone. I remember there was more to it as well. Oh, I think I might have some old videos of it. Oh, look, there you go, look. A bit more of the bike track. I think this place has been abandoned then. I don't think anybody comes here anymore. And I remember years ago in like 2020, 2021, there was bin bags on all the trees. So, oh, here we go. Here's another ramp or bend or whatever you want to call it. Wow, yeah, I think this place is. Oh, look, there's that bump where you can jump over it or like something like that. And then here's one of those bends. It's hard to see on the. Oh, look, and there's a ramp. Oh, this one's not corroded away, big time. Oh wow, this looks more like a meteor hit it now. This used to be more curved. But yeah. Oh wow, look, you've got some more lump. It's hard to see on the camera, but yeah, it's all just a ramp and lots of turns and stuff. But yeah, I think it's abandoned now. I don't think anybody really uses it. Because when I was a bin man in 2020 to 2021, I remember talking to one of the guys, and he says that he would come here on his bike sometimes with his mates. So I'm not sure what's happened, but it looks interesting over there. I'll check that out in a minute. But right now, I'm trying to find that. Oh, look, there's a little bridge here. I remember finding a little campfire years ago, and I remember saying, I'm pretty sure it's legal to set a campfire here. It was years ago. Wow, this feels so weird. It's like going back in time, but like the past has just disappeared in history. If that doesn't make sense to anyone. What I meant was, oh wow, I don't remember going that close to the road. No, I'm not sure. Can't tell. Oh, I think that might be it over there. I don't think it's down there. I think actually no, I was around some trees when I went there. Oh, nearly fell on the face. No, I don't remember that area, but I think it might have been down here, that location. Or this could just be I mean, it looks like it could have been, but of course it's been 4 or 5 years since I last saw it. The campfire's probably gone now, and the little hut that they had, that's probably gone as well. And though it does look like something could have been there. Oh wow. Oh, those sticks up there look promising. Well, it could have been down there. Oh, I think it was down there. I see some burnt stuff over there. But I'll check what this is first. Oh yeah, I think it's just natural area. Oh, but I don't think it could be this though. But maybe this is another campfire they made, and I just never discovered it. Well, actually, yeah, of course it is, because I definitely never went that close to that main road there. Oh, it's just mud anyway. Well, back we go. Running up that hill. Dun, 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 dun. Well, actually, I'm more of walking up the hill. Oh, it's a 16-minute long video. I hope my phone doesn't run out of data on my way back. So I'm going to upload this video straight to YouTube, and I'll delete it from my phone. Oh, that looks like it. And you know what I'm actually thinking about doing? I'm actually thinking about exploring some abandoned buildings for this channel, because I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube, because my comic books aren't selling very well, and yeah, this is looking a lot more familiar. I think it might have been there. Yeah, I think it was this. Well, it looks like it definitely could be this, but I don't remember that road there. As a matter of fact, I don't remember that at all. Oh, here, it might have been here. Maybe. Well, actually, I don't know, because there's, I don't know. It's hard to tell, because nature is nature, and it wasn't very well built, the hut from years ago. But yeah, this is new though. I don't recognise this place. I'm interested in finding out what it is. So let's go. And I'm very glad that I'm wearing my wellies, because this is very muddy. Okay, here's a little bridge. I think this is probably going to lead to nowhere. That van scared me there. I thought it was the old lady again. Oh, I see some deer tracks in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where this leads to. It just leads to the other area. Alright, well that's not interesting. I'm not interested in going to that forest where the landmark is. Alright. Back we go. And from now on I'm going to go... Crap, what's the time? I get back for 4 o'clock. Right then. So yeah, I think this is a territory, a part of the land that I've not really explored. Wouldn't that be fantastic to own your own land like this? That's a dream. That's another dream that I have. But of course, I need to get multiple sources of income before I can get to that point. So, go back to a working class job, and I'm going to be Boxer the horse from Animal Farm yet again. And then after that, I will also keep going with comic books, but do 2 a month instead of 1 every 3 days. And then after that, so I'll do 4 pages a day, and then so in 15 days that's like 100. No, it's like 80. That'll be an 80-page comic, 2 80-pages comics a month. Okay, that is over there. Oh, we could explore up here now. maybe this is where it was, but like I said, it's probably going to be hard to find where that wooden stick hut was and where the fireplace was, because that was 5 years ago and nature would have obviously taken that area back. But obviously some of this old bike track has still remained, like this little part here, and that's covered in lots of leaves. And you can see this bend here. It's really hard to see on the video, but you can tell that this is a track here, and then there's this ramp here. This one's very obvious to see. I do think actually it was over there with that thing, but I think they've cut down some trees on the route down that way, and they've made a path there. It's all overgrown. It was all overgrown when I went there, and also it's important to know it was summertime when I went there. So yeah, right. Let's get back then. I'm gonna go back, keep the camera recording, and I'm gonna go home, upload this to YouTube. Hopefully it'll get a lot of views, but I don't think it will. I'm gonna keep making videos every day. I just keep doing it until I can get monetized, because that's what you got to do. You've got to just find lots of different ways of making income. There's just multiple sources of income. Everyone always complains about the cost of living crisis, but like Asda, they raised the prices even when they did, and they didn't put them back down even after the cost of living crisis. But Aldi never raised their prices. Since Aldi never needed to raise their prices, it just goes to show that all these other supermarkets that are a lot more bigger than Aldi, a lot more successful than Aldi, just goes to show that they didn't need to up their prices as high as they did. So just shop at cheaper shops and stop funding these billionaires and find ways of making multiple sources of income. Don't just go to your factory, moan all day, and go home feeling sorry for yourself, blaming the government. The government, yeah, fair enough, it's the government's fault, but you're not helping yourself moaning. All you've got to do is find multiple sources of income, like what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop at just YouTube, comics and a regular job. I try and get promoted in my job, and I'll also try and find other ways, like to get my own bouncy castle and rent it out to parties, or try and get my own field. Why not do all of them? I'm not married, I have a girlfriend, so I have the time. Especially now that I'm only doing 4 pages a day, which is easy. That's just 1 hour a page, and I always have 4 hours to spare. But there's one problem though, is tax. You've got to pay tax if you make over £12,500 a year. A tax year, you've got to report it to the HMRC, and they and you've got to be really honest about it as well. You've got to show them all the money you've made and all that stuff. Because I did a lot of research on it when I thought I was selling a lot of comics, but then I realised it was just only Amazon ordering stock. I wasn't actually, no like people were buying them. And there's someone in America bought a couple of copies of my books, and it was weird because they also bought a copy of my book from another pen name I haven't told anyone about, which is weird. But yeah, I now show you the landmarks, because I mean, what would people stalk before anyway? But yeah, wow, it's been 24 minutes. It doesn't feel like that, it feels longer. There used to be a big massive tree here, but it's gone now. only the stump bit's gone. It was on the floor, the tree was on the floor, and it was really fun to climb on. Me and my family took lots of pictures with it. Alrighty then. Wow, it feels so weird being back here after all this time. I remember I used to come here all the time. I'd think of story ideas for my Wild Swift books, and then I'd make them, and then people would be angry at me for basing characters off of them, and I'd have to change them, and then I'd make new ones, but then I wouldn't be able to focus on the new ones because I felt like I had to change the old ones, and it was really bothering my OCD. But I know how to manage OCD now. Best thing to do is just focus on what you can control, so don't focus on the past because you can't control it. Just focus on present day. Why am I still talking like this? Right, here it is, the cross. I used to come here all the time. I used to take pictures of it as well, all the time as well. And what is all that for? What is all that? That is weird. I don't remember this log being this small. Either I've grown or the log is shrunk. Can the log even shrink? Oh yeah, here it is. And this boundary here, that just used to never be here. Looks like someone's pushed that down. And I remember I used to, oh that's weird, I remember this tree being bigger as well. Maybe I've just grown. And I remember climbing up this tree. I remember sitting up it as well. I remember I was going to do a funny video up this tree actually, but I never ended up doing it because of how silly it was. Could have been breaking my legs. But yeah, this is nice. When I think of this, I think more of Jesus Christ instead of religion, because Jesus Christ is so much more nicer to think about. But yeah, return to me, you nations of isles. I lift up my eyes to the hill. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. That's beautiful. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting God these days. But yeah. I think the reason why a lot of people are forgetting about God is because of the toxicity of some religions. People associate the two, so they come away like yeah. But yeah, nice memories. And there's the A1. I've driven on that many times. As a matter of fact, I drove on it this morning to go to Peterborough. Crap, just gave away the personal details. Anyway, I'm not going to edit that out of the video because I need to show the whole full video. If I edit the video, people might think I was up to no good if I edit the video. Because I'm extremely paranoid, because a lot of things in my life have always gone wrong. Sometimes my own fault, sometimes to no fault of my own at all. And that's why I'm always so paranoid, and I always act as if everyone is out to get me, because most of the time they are. It's because people hate autistic people and they love to bully autistic people, and they sadistically delight in the suffering of disabled people. But I'm not going to get into a dark backstory in this video. I'm going to keep going through this place, the tunnel. I remember in 2020 or 2021, whatever year it was, they had little tiny fairy doors on these trees. And it was nice. It was very cute. It was very adorable and cute. Yeah, well, I guess the fairies probably moved away from here because of the cost of living crisis. They couldn't afford the rent on the trees. They probably wanted to buy the trees out front, but it was 500 grand to buy a tree, so they decided to rent, and then the rent was too much, so they probably all moved into not as nice foresty area. It's probably now live in the trees in Birmingham or something. Or they probably moved down to some forest in Peterborough, because that's a dump. A lot of places in the UK are dumps, except for this area. This area is lovely. I love this area. And I also love this phone because I can keep myself protected as I'm going out. And I will post this on YouTube, but I don't think anyone's going to watch it all the way through. Oh, I remember this tree. Oh, I remember I was coming here with my mum, and my mum pointed out that it was interesting because it looks as though this tree in the middle has fell over, but it refused to give up, and then it just kept growing. Because if you look here, look, it's at the same line as these other trees, but it's fallen over, and it refused to give up, and then it just kept growing. And it's funny because now it's in the middle. And that's it. You get sometimes in life, we get knocked down by bad people, but then we get up again and we keep going. Like with my comics, my comic books aren't selling, so I got knocked down, but now I'm getting back up again because I'm making YouTube channels, getting monetized, getting more like of an audience, and then I'll be able to advertise my comics on this YouTube. And I'm going to also find a way to get my own land. I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard, but all I need to do is a bit of research. All it took was a bit of research to publish books. All it took was a bit of research to know how to get bigger as a YouTuber. All it took was a bit of research to get a job. All you have to do is go into a job agency. And that's how you do it. I think safeguarding wise it would be better to go down on the field because it's in a more open area. Sometimes I see deer. Well, I used to sometimes see deer out here. I remember I actually made a video of it years ago. I made a video where I saw some deer and I was running down the hill. And as I was running down the hill, the deers ran away as well. And they were all looking at me with their heads. It was really creepy. So do they not realise that they could just completely destroy me? One deer could probably destroy me. But deers are timid, so they always run away. There's this really creepy old man that walks around the village, yeah. And I remember, oh my goodness, I think that's the sun. I think that's the sun over there, I think. But then I think that dog's too white. No, it isn't. That dog's too white. The dog he has is a black and white dog. If it is him though, I've got the video to protect myself, and I won't make any talking with him or any contact to show that these are my boundaries. I'm not interested in speaking to you. I'm looking forward to today because I've got a capture card coming, and I've got a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time coming, and I've also got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team coming as well. So that means I have the whole Mystery Dungeon set. And yes, with my new screen recorder, I will be making videos on how to get cool Pokemon in the game that you're not supposed to be able to get by using Wonder Mail codes. But I'll explain more about that in the next video. Ugh. You're right. Yeah, that wasn't him, thankfully. That was a man with green flags, thank you, thankfully. Thank you for that. YouTube is so much easier than comics. With comic books, it's always stressful. But I liked it because people were giving me attention for it, and people were like seeing me as a human for it. Like, if you don't have any accomplishments in life, then you're very isolated, you're very deprived, and you're very disrespected if you don't have any accomplishments in life. So I really liked it when I could tell people I was a comic book artist and they were all impressed and they looked up to me instead of looking down on me. The problem with being an autistic person is people talk about you, they don't talk with you. And it's wrong, it shouldn't be that way. It should be the other way around. Especially when you come from religions that teach about loving all of God's children and stuff like that. If you don't do that, if you treat autistic people with gossip instead of social interactions, then you're just being a big hypocrite. And I'm not being a hypocrite because I talk to disabled people all the time. And not just disabled people at my level of disabled people, I speak to disabled people that are more disabled than me. Because I'm not a hypocrite. And I'm a man of my word. I wonder what he's doing. Orange man down there. Well, I'm almost home. I think no one's probably stuck around to this part of the video. I seriously doubt that. But yeah, we're nearly home. So when I get out of oh yeah, I remember seeing that Bassett close. And I remember at the time Olivia Rodrigo had become really famous, and like her ex-boyfriend with the surname Bassett was like, must have been a really hard life, but like it is hard not to laugh, because like he went to one of the shows and the part of Good For You was like a damn sociopath. Everybody in the whole concert, everyone all at once went, like a damn sociopath, and he was there in the concert. But of course it's funny to laugh at, but then you also need to remember the fact that would probably be traumatic, having that many people just hating you all of a sudden. But I think like after time, eventually you can just sort of laugh that off. But it's like something out of a dark comedy, like dark humour. Like I made in a previous video a note on a tree saying, "Call police, don't come in." I was acting like like I didn't know what it meant. I was like, "Oh, let's go in then." And I just make like funny videos like that. I'm going to see some horses soon. Yeah, that was a fun adventure, but I don't like recording the whole adventure, so I think I'll just make this a one-off trip, and I'll stick to the other area of the village with the lakes, or the ponds as some people call them. Yeah. Wow, feels like a blast from 2021 coming here in 2022. I didn't come here very much for 2023 because I had a gap in my employment. I was a bin man. Then they kind of sacked me because of my ADHD, but I was on a casual contract, so they were able to be careful about it. They just didn't continue the casual contract. And then I ended up doing a Kickstart program. And let me tell you this, they are not Kickstart programs. They don't get you anywhere. It got me a job for 6 months, but then at the end of the Kickstart program, they just ditched me. And then I got a part-time job at Asda as a cleaner, but the way that the cleaners were treated there was just absolutely disgusting. And I couldn't take it, and I just quit. Because I don't need that type of abuse every day, the whole time I'm working there as a cleaner. And after that, it took me ages to get another job. But I was finally able to get a job at McDonald's because my brother was working there, but he doesn't work there anymore. He's way too good for that place. And so was I, to be honest. But yeah, and I don't work there anymore. But I worked there for a year, and it was for the majority of 2023 that I worked at McDonald's. So I didn't have much for time to do anything. Well, anyway, so I'm out in the busy street now, so it's safe. And I'm going to end the video. Thank you to anyone that stuck through the video with me. I hope you enjoyed the scenery. And I will reactivate one of my old Instagram accounts to try and find that video of me in that forest where I said pretty sure it's illegal to set a fire here, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to download it from my Instagram, and it might not even be there. But yeah, well then, adios.